Am I on? I'm Nikki. My son Ryan, he is now a freshman. When he was in 5th grade, he became different. He started struggling in school. He was having social issues. All of a sudden, he couldn't do work that I thought he should be able to do. And through the struggles, we ended up going and locating a psychologist for him. He was very emotional, more than you typically would see. So that led us to finding his psychologist. Miss Kathy saved him. Eventually, he told her that he felt like the fat kid. He was tired of being slow, being the last one in baseball, being the last one in basketball. When he was in basketball in 5th grade, my dad said, he'll never play high school ball. He can't get up and down the court. There's no way he's going to do it. So Miss Kathy got us into HealthWorks, which is through Cincinnati Children's Hospital. We went. It was relatively intimidating, to be someone who's 10, 11 years old, admitting that we have to do something. When he started, he was 144 pounds. I talk more pounds than I do kilograms. His BMI was 28 kilograms at that time. He was diagnosed as severely obese. I remember sitting in with our care team, who was Dr. Siegel, and a nutritionist and an exercise physiologist, and we had to take a survey. I took it and he took it separately. And I knew right away we had a lot of changes we had to make. We ate out a lot. Even when we ate at home, it was not healthy eating that we were doing. The dietitian I felt was very helpful. They gave him, instead of the food pyramid, he had a chart that were red, yellow, green foods. We live by red, yellow, green foods now. Easy to identify. We talk at home. If you can eat it out of the refrigerator, you're probably okay. Freezer, maybe. If it comes off the shelf, it's probably not real good for us to eat. So we try to work with it. We do it as a family. We live with my parents. My mom has always suffered from weight issues. I've always suffered from weight issues. My belief is I can't ask you to do it if I can't do it myself. So I don't expect him to make the right decisions if I can't make the right decisions. When we go out to eat, him and I typically share a meal. It's just what we do. We've learned that you probably don't need the whole portion that's being served to you. We have learned to try new things, different things. His cholesterol level, and we talk about this a lot, we have a lot of heart issues. My mom has had 5-way bypass done, so that's near and dear to my heart. His cholesterol when we started was 174. His bad cholesterol was 109, and his good was 50. The last time he had blood work done, his cholesterol's down to 130. His bads to 55, and his good have increased to 62. So, and that is attributed to his hard work and his exercising. He really, really works hard on it. Things that have made him successful. His care team. Dr. Siegel, Dr. Stackpole, the nutritionist, the exercise physiologist, they completely care about him. He would come in, and I used to laugh. I'd have to say, we do have to go to school today, because he could talk for hours and hours. They would listen to him, every single person. Nobody ever said, hurry up, we gotta be done. They would listen to his challenges. One of his biggest challenges, unfortunately, has been his father. We are divorced, so he spends time in both households, more time with me than with Dad. But Dad struggles in understanding that You have to plan, you have to prepare. You have to be the role model. The solution is you can eat what's healthy on the menu. Well, most places, even if you pick a salad, as soon as you dump the salad dressing on it, it's no longer very healthy for you. So we struggle with that, but his dietitian has always given him ideas of how to deal with it. You know, help him himself packing a cooler. As he gets older, that's easier because he is in control of what he's doing. HealthWorks is very fortunate that we have one of the nation's best culinary schools in our backyard at Cincinnati State. They offer cooking classes to these kids. Ryan has taken 4 or 5 of the cooking classes, and it talks about the nutritional food, what you can substitute if you don't like something, how do you pick something else. Really has given him skills, you know, so he can cook himself a meal. He knows how to thaw salmon and cook it quickly and have a healthy meal, because a lot of times you're taught that it takes time to make something healthy. You know, it takes a little preparation, you have to thaw it, but once you have that done. Other thing, positive role models. He has been very fortunate. Probably the biggest change in him was I worked at a YMCA camp, and he attended the camp because I worked at the camp. And he had 2 role models that he came across. One kid, he was 18, had just recently lost 100 pounds himself. Scott was able to teach him how to exercise, give him hints, tell him what he should do, you know, little things. Like he would start like 6 times a day doing 10 push-ups at a time, because 10 you could do. And then eventually that grew. And so that really helped. His other role model that he met was another 18-year-old that, without even knowing that he was making a difference, packed his lunch every day, was the healthiest lunch I have ever come across. You know, and Ryan now realized he had permission to eat healthy in front of others. So he started all on his own, packing his lunch. He would pack turkey or ham roll-ups with a piece of lettuce. You know, he'd pack several different fruits with him. He was drinking water instead of a Capri Sun. And all those things just started to change. That happened in 6th grade. So we make it to 7th grade, and he tries out for the basketball team. Not high school yet, but still a step that we really never thought he'd make. Made the A team for the basketball team. We were floored. So then we were like, okay, you made the team, that's good. Then he played a lot. So this past year, he did make the freshman team, and now he's working towards next year, because he realized he's still, when you slip back, he's not the fastest kid. He was starting to go back on that upswing. Not severely, but not the right way. So he's now currently, again, a role model. He exercises at least 2 hours a day, 6 days a week with his older cousin. They lift weights, they do cardio. His goal is to make the varsity team next year. Will we make it? Who knows? But the support is there for him to make it. And it is sacrifice. Someone's got to take him to the gym. Someone's got to pick him up. Between me, my mom, my dad, his cousin, I mean, he comes home at 11 o'clock at night from exercising. They make no excuses. There's no reason. If you have baseball practice, well, you work out after baseball practice. So that is kind of where he's at with that. And again, just that refocusing, having something that he has a drive for. You know, he does have that purpose that he wants to be able to finish before being the last one running up and down the court for 9 suicides. You know, I would probably drop after the first one. But so it's just, he does a great job. And again, it's very family focused. You know, he can't do it alone. I don't expect him to do it alone. You know, when he gets, we're trying to create it, because I realize, as much as I don't want to admit it, he is going to graduate very soon. He will go off to college, and dorm food's not always the best food. So you have to work on giving him those tools so when he's off on his own, that he has that ability to continue where he's at.